If you're trying to decide between the two toolkit versions that we offer at roiamoto.com, then stick around, that will give you a quick overview to help you make the right decision. The two versions that we have available are the Always On kit and the Round the World kit. Now, very important for you to consider here, the difference between these two kits has nothing to do with the quality of the tool. So if you decide to go for the Always On or for the Round the World, the manufacturers of the tools are exactly the same. You are not paying a different price to get the better tools. So we do not compromise on the tool quality. That's actually one of the main selling points of our toolkit. We only use high quality premium tools, and you get this on both versions. Also important for you to consider is that these are motorcycle specific toolkits, so there's no guesswork for you in here. We have already thought about the tools that you need to carry, and the idea in doing that is to really minimize the weight, the size, and the amount of tools that you have to carry. For this video, I'm using here the toolkits for the Honda CR-F 300L. If you have a different motorcycle, let me give an example, the Tenere 700. Of course, we have a toolkit available for the Tenere 700 as well, but the tool choices are going to be different from what I'm showing you here, but the concept of the Always On and the Round the World applies for whatever motorcycle model you have. Okay, so the Always On, as the name implies, is the toolkit that you can carry with you at all times. So you're pretty much a safe bet. It could be the weekend ride, it could be a 1 to 2 week trip, and it's going to allow you to cover most of the maintenance tasks and repairs that you have to do at home and also when you're traveling. So let me give some examples so you can visualize that better. If you need to remove the rear wheel or the front wheel, you need to adjust the chain of your motorcycle, you need to retighten the mirrors of your motorcycle. Maybe you dropped and now your mirror has been knocked on the ground, so you will need to retighten. You need to change the tube or the tire of your motorcycle. You need to change the oil, or you need to access the air filter. All of this stuff that you can expect to encounter when you're traveling or when you're doing the preventive maintenance at home is covered with the Always On kit. When we go to the Round the World, then the scope of things that you can do gets extended. But these are going to be more specific things. For example, if you want to change the spark plug of your motorcycle, you can only do that with the Round the World kit. So in here, we include a spark plug socket, also with an adapter, and a universal adapter that makes it easier for you to get inside the cylinder head. That is going to be with the Round the World kit. If you need to access very specific bolts, it could be the engine mounting bolts or the suspension bolts, and you need to remove them. Again, these are bolts and nuts that usually you don't have to touch them when you're traveling. It could happen, not saying it's impossible. Every crash and every trip is different, but you see that the Round the World allows you to cover more things. Another difference with the Round the World is that we include some additional common sockets, bits and spanners that are often used for aftermarket parts. So here for the Honda CR-F 300L, we include on the Round the World a spanner that has an 11 and 13 millimeter size. That's not the case with the Always On. And the 11 and 13 can be found quite often on aftermarket parts. It could be for installing crash guards or the rear rack on your motorcycle, phone, the holder for your phone. There is also an additional short, stubby 17 millimeter spanner that's very useful on the Honda CR-F 300L. So that's where the Round the World is going to cover more for you. An additional difference is going to be the tire spoon choices. So on the Round the World, we use aluminum. These are made of forged aluminum 7075 T6 tire spoons, and the advantage is that they're extremely light. And on the opposite side, they also have here a wrench or a spanner sizing here. You get 2 of these, of course, in order to be able to change the tire. These are available separate at roiamoto.com, but they come included with the Round the World. When you go for the Always On kit, of course you also get tire spoons, and these are very high quality tire spoons, but they are made of steel, carbon steel. They have a rubberized handle in here. The tip is optimized to help you remove and reinsert the tire when you're changing your tires or your tube. But the disadvantage is that they are a little bit heavier. So they are going to be heavier, and they do not have in here on the opposite end a wrench for you to also use it. What does that mean in practice? Well, in practice is you are able to change your tube and your tire with both kits. That's not a problem. But it gets a little bit lighter with the round the world kit. In fact, both kits, I'm gonna put here on the screen the weight of both kits. They have around the same weight, but you're able to do more with the round the world. And a big part of that is because of the tire spoon choice, since in here they're much lighter. Another difference is that only on the round the world you get a tire bead retainer. Are you able to change tires with bolts? Absolutely. Now the tire bead retainer is available also separate on the website, and it just makes your life much easier. If you don't know how to change tires by yourself, I have a dedicated video here on the channel, and I like to use this tool. It's pretty much just acts as a third hand. As you get the tire, you're trying to remount the tire, you can just fix this on your rim, and then it holds the tire in place while then you're using the other two hands to mount the tire. So that's also only included with the round the world. But that should give you a quick overview. Round the world allows you to do more, and of course you can always downgrade your round the world to make it look like the always on. So as an example, if you are going on a short ride and you feel that you don't need to carry the spark plug socket, of course you can leave this at home. There are additional tools in here that are also very specific. You can just leave them at home, and then you reduce the weight even further. In the end, whatever toolkit version that you decide to go, you should be pretty well covered for most tasks that you can expect to encounter when you're traveling and also at home. If you're still unsure after watching this video, you can also drop us an email at support@roiamoto.com with your questions. Happy to hear. It's going to be myself answering to you. And also check the reviews that we have on the website. That should give you a pretty good idea what people are saying, if they like the toolkits that we have available. So that's it. Hope everything is clear. Ride safe, and I see you on the next video. Bye bye, guys.